personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
All right, Brennan Taylor here, True School Sports. I'm with Coach Fareed. First of all, nice to meet you, Coach Fareed. It's been a long time following you on Instagram.
Yes, sir. Same here.
For people who don't know who you are, right? Like, what's your background in boxing?
It's a long background.
I know, extensive.
Yeah, extensive background. Let's say with that. So, some highlight or pointers. 1996, I was alternate Olympic team.
Okay.
So
it's a great team too.
Yeah, one of the best as far as the world champions and progression-wise. One of the best. Even the alternates and the Olympic guys. One of the best. Because Zab was an alternate. Gervonta was an alternate.
Mm-hmm.
Both of those guys I trained. Both of those guys won titles in fashion. You know what I'm saying? So, and then pros, trained professional. 10-0, 9 knockouts as a pro. I'm still in the Army, obligated to the Army, so I stopped boxing. So I've been doing that. And then just everything. I've been trained Zab Judah, Tony Harrison, Danny Jacobs.
Alicia Baumgartner, I believe.
Alicia Baumgartner, you know what I'm saying? I train Jamie Mitchell now, who just won the WBA international title.
Really good fighter.
Yeah. So my track record is really, really good, even though I don't probably get as many accolades. But when I train you, you get the W. You know what I'm saying? I trained Charles Hatley. Yeah, I got a loss. I trained him, we got a W, won the WBC title. So when I'm training you, we're focused on getting better, progression. We ain't regressing. So if you don't want nobody telling you the truth, you don't want me.
No.
Right.
Because you're a truth teller, right? You shoot it straight.
But this profession will get you killed. So I'm not gonna sit down here and lie to you and tell you you're doing good, you're looking good when you don't have it. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. Because this right here can get you killed. This you're putting your life in my hands. So I need to do better, and you need to do better.
Yeah. Well, with you being a 96 Olympic alternate, right? I mean, that would mean you have a relationship where you have stories about Floyd Mayweather as seeing him.
Oh man, plenty of stories.
What was he like, when he was young?
So Floyd, I always tell you this story. Floyd told me in 1996, I was cutting his hair. He told me that he was like 125 pounds. He said, "I'm gonna win the gold medal. HBO is gonna do a story on my dad, and I'm gonna fight De La Hoya and beat De La Hoya." Now De La Hoya is 147 at the time. He's 125.
That's kind of crazy.
Now, I didn't say, "Oh, y'all never gonna fight," whatever the case is. I just like, "Oh, okay, yeah, cool." I've never really thought into the existence like he did. And sure enough, later down the line, he fights 30, fights 35, fights 40, beats Zab at 47. Next thing you know, they announce the fight. I tell everybody, he's gonna win. So he told me in 96 he was gonna beat him. I'll tell you another story.
Go ahead.
Antonio Tarver. Antonio Tarver said he was going to beat Roy Jones. Now, I definitely didn't believe him, and I told him to his face. I was like, "Man, you ain't going to do X, Y, and Z."
What'd he say?
He was like, "Man, I used to give that guy problems. Like we used to box, boom, boom, boom." And I was like, Antonio Tarver used to talk so much trash that we talk back to him. And I was like, "Man, you ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing this." Sure enough, they fought. The first time, I thought Tarver won. The second time, they fought.
That's the infamous one. You had any excuses tonight, Roy. That one, yeah.
So it's like amazing that these guys was talking about that in the 96 and it came to fruition, you know what I'm saying, years later.
Okay. What do you think separates like those guys from maybe the guys that don't get to that level? What's the difference you feel?
I think what Floyd was, you say like guys gifted and so on. Work without faith without work. Like Zab Judah was the most gifted person in the when we was on the 96 team, we had everybody. We had guys, Fernando Vargas, we had Zab, we had Floyd. Zab was the most gifted. He did stuff that was like crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, "Oh man, how do you do that?" His reflexes were like cat-like. But Floyd had the dedication. He knew boxing from start to finish. So his hard work and his dedication showed that he became 50-0.
Okay. Yeah, Zab, he was always known for like being like a 4-round fighter,
Yeah. He was a speedster. Not to talk negative, but I think I've learned, I took psychology, I got psychology degree. I've learned that your environment plays a lot on your situation. And if you watch the Brownsville, Brooklyn guys, they are the most talented guys I've came across. But you notice they are the most, even though a lot of them going to Hall of Fame, they're most talented.
They're chaotic.
They're the most chaotic and underachievers.
Riddick Bowe.
Let's go with Mike Tyson.
Okay.
Riddick Bowe. Shannon Briggs. These are all my favorites. Zab Judah. Danny Jacobs. All those guys. I've trained 2 out of those 5 guys. most talented guys I've ever been around, but they're basically 4-round fighters, or they just don't have they wanted to be more hanging out with the limelight with the rappers and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. As far as like boxing today, right? Like you're a astute boxing mind.
Yes.
Who are some of the guys you look at and you say, you know what, that guy's a great fighter. He could have fought in any era that are fighting right now today.
Oh, Tank.
Gervonta Davis.
Yes, Gervonta Davis
had a great performance of the weekend. You know.
Any era. Shakur Stevenson. Any era. Earl Spence. Any era. Terrence Crawford. Any era. Canelo at 54.
Any era, yeah.
Yeah, 60 is he's too small for 60, and then 68 is totally like out of.
That's off limits.
As far as the era is concerned, like, oh, you could have competed in this era, you could have competed in that era. I wouldn't give him that, but I would definitely give him a chance at 54. 54. Yeah, maybe 60, but definitely 54. 60 pounders was kind of big then.
Yeah. Because if you start pushing them to like 68, you got like the James Tonys and the Roy Jones type.
Yeah, they get messed up.
Yeah.
Terrible. Those are off my list. Like those are come on my 5. Like I can tell you like favorites right off the back. I can tell you I love to watch Shakur Stevenson box. I just got a chance to watch him in camp. Tank with Gervonta Davis. I got a chance to watch him in camp. Shout out to Calvin. And Kenny, both of the trainers, man, mentor and trainer. So I got a chance to watch. I was here when Earl Spence sparred Floyd and Kenny.
Oh, the infamous sparring session. Yeah.
So I tell you that I knew that he had something special. Crawford, who goes southpaw orthodox, something special. Those guys can fight in there in any era. And also check. What's the guy name? Canelo.
Canelo, yeah.
Canelo's in the eras.
Okay. You mentioned Shakur and Tank, right? Those guys names are linked to each other, and they might fight. You know, you got one guy in Shakur who's a master defensive fighter. Right. Tank's a master of efficiency. How do you see that style matchup?
Man, you know that one is really, really hard. I don't go. Listen, let me know how this. I'm never gonna bet my money against Tank. Like you know how I bet my money like I'm betting on my life. I would never bet against Tank, but Shakur is the closest one to him. Like out of all the guys that you see in that weight class, Shakur is the I think if they fight 10 times, it's 60-40. You know what I'm saying?
Either way, you feel?
Either way, 70-30. I would say Tank, 60-40. It could be 70-30, even though they're going to be good fights. You know what I'm saying? It all depends on who does what.
You feel like the way Tank was boxing this weekend is right off the back foot, you know, kind of moving around him. You feel like you can do that against Shakur because it's a bit of a different style matchup.
So when I'm a southpaw. Just
Okay.
like you're a southpaw.
Yep.
When two southpaws box each other, so when a southpaw boxes a right-hander, we see them more than they see us. So we like to be patient, take our time, we figure and analyze the data when we move around, and then we capitalize off their mistakes. You know, Ryan, I can tell you so many mistakes Ryan was moving, but he kept just coming forward, progressing. You got the longer arms, why not use your arms to your advantage? You know what I'm saying? He doesn't know how to move laterally, which, you know what I'm saying, Tank talked about. But with Shakur and Gervonta fighting each other, somebody has to put the pressure. It's going to be really, if they're trying to work with counter punching, it's going to be like a boo fight, boo and barn. But if somebody has to make the southpaw look like he's a right-hander when they fight each other.
Become the aggressor, you know?
Somebody has to be really, really aggressive. Okay, you get a chance to punch with the guy. So they're punching at the same time. When you throw your left, I'm throwing my left. When you throw your hook, I'm throwing my hook. So that's why I give the Tank.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a constant jockeying for that lead foot leverage,
right,
you know.
Right. Well, so what that one is, it's not like you fighting a right hand. It's like you're fighting a mirror. So you punching when they punch. You know what I'm saying? Like when I used to box southpaw, I think in my amateur and pro, I think I made non-stop maybe 2 southpaws. The rest of them, I just knock them out because I punch with them. Punching at the same time they punch it. You know what I'm saying? So you wind up connecting. And they're running into the left hand. You know what I'm saying? Instead of normally fighting the orthodox guy where they're going to the right hand.
No, absolutely. All right, Free. Well, I know you got to hit the pads, but any final message you want to give to the boxing world just about what you got going on and just boxing in general?
You know, we talked about it. You're not really into boxing, or you're not really has made it or successful, or you don't have a lawsuit on somebody. You have to sue somebody. Man. You go through the process of training all these guys. What I would say, which we talk about, protect yourself at all times. In the ring and out there. So as a trainer, the handshake is not what you should be doing. You should actually write a contract out that benefits you and the fighter, because you don't want the fighter to get robbed, and you don't want to rob yourself. So make sure you sign a contract, or even a text is a contract too. Have a contract on what you're going to do. If it's one fight, you say you agree to something, do it. Because I can go on, when I write my book, I can go on stories and stories about how I got shifted or shafted as far as...
I look forward to reading it, you know.
As far as people like saying they, you know, oh, I'm gonna take care of you, I'm gonna put you on the back end, oh, I got you. Never paid.
Yeah, okay. All right, yeah. So make sure you guys take care of your business, like Coach Free taking care of business.
Taking care of your business, because taking care of your business doesn't affect like you're being a bad guy. It helps the honest stay honest. You know what I'm saying? I've learned that a long time ago. You thinking that if I sign a contract with you, I'm keeping you honest to what you're saying, and you're going to keep me honest to what I'm saying, because you're telling me what you expect.
Accountability.
And accountability.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Follow me, Train to Perfection, at Instagram, Train to Perfection, or my YouTube is traintoperfection.com.
All right, Coach Fareed, mobile, soon to be global.
Right.
Thank
I'm
you.
actually global now, so
Yeah.
mobile and now global.
And now global. Thank you for talking to True School
Thank you
Sports.
for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.